Brother, I think that the nuclear family is dying. I think that relationships are dying because I can't actually say men and women because look at this, my brothers, look at this, my sisters, and we're gonna sit up here and we're gonna look at statistics. We're gonna look at numbers, and you know that the numbers don't lie. But to just speak to people and my brothers and sisters roughly, just off the in just common language, I don't think that I had read a one statistic one time, and it was an average. It was many years involved in it, family, and it said a man 20 years old to 30 years old ain't none of them having sex. It's a small percent of them having sex of those men. So you take all the men that were born in let's say 2016 all the way. No, I can't even say that. Let's just stick to the age range. You take any man that's 20 years old all the way to 30, they ain't having sex like that. The small percent of those men are having sex with a lot of women. The ones that are, they said from 30 to 40, about 70 to 80% of all men are not having sex. It's only 20% of them are having sex. So that lets me believe that they're having sex with all the same women. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, as you just think about it, just look at it. The percentile of men from 30 to 40, if they're not married, they're not having sex like that. And I can give you some rough estimates and rough numbers, but why do I believe that the nuclear family is dying? Why do I think that love is dead? Why do I think that chivalry is dead? Why do I think that relationships are dying? Look at how people are. Have people always been this way? Have people always been so lascivious? Have people always been so debaucherous when it comes to they lewd sexual activities? Could be, family. It could be. It could be that it's always been this way. It's just nowadays we're actually putting names and labels and dates on these different terms of what people are actually doing and how it's affecting them. Why do I feel that the nuclear family is dead? Because there's not a lot of men. Okay, now if you listen to the sisters, they say that men don't even approach them like that. If you listen to the sisters, they'll sit there and tell you that before they got with they man was out there for damn near a decade all by himself. You know what I'm saying? This is why I think that the nuclear family is dead, because I look at females and they don't want to give in. Am I pushing all the finger on the females? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But the modern days of modern time of what people believe and what they're giving into, I hate to say it, but it's like a flock mindset.
Robot. Through that system, you can connect the AI that you've created in the app to the robot and carry on the conversation with her that way. Once you've got that loaded and you hit chat, she just comes to life.
I just came back so fast, baby.
So this is the future right here, and I can't be mad at my other brothers out there. They're not gonna be having sex like that. They're not gonna find no woman. She's not gonna give him no chance like that, and he's gonna live the majority of his life without sex like that. Let's go into some statistics. If you think that I'm playing, you know what I'm saying? I'm just okay. What is the average between men and women and them having sex in their whole life? How many partners do they have? Okay, this is what is this? Okay. When it comes to the number of partners of a female respondent average 7 sexual partners during their lifetimes, while men average 6.4. Now think about that, family. Think about that. Who do you know that is living right now as a woman that will only have seven sexual partners in her life? And then the man is a little bit lower. The average for the man is 6.4. That's not even, what kind of relationship is that? That's not even a whole full relationship. The woman gets 7, the man gets 6.4. So as you can see, that's a lie right there, family. Ain't no way, family. Ain't no way. As I can look at 80% of the world, the people could sit there and say, I only had 7 sexual partners in my whole life. Nah, family, that's not even a good one right there. Okay, let's see. How many guys have the average girl slept with by 35? Let's see. Okay, a woman by 35, 10 to 39 partners. If she's 40, you know what I'm saying? If she's around the 40, what is this? Lifetime sexual partners. Average, yeah, 35 to 39, they average 10 to 39 sexual partners. 40 to 44 sexual partners by the time, you know what I'm saying, by the time she's 35. Now if she's in her 40s to 44, her partners is 40. She done had 40 sexual partners so far in her whole life before she turns 40. I don't think a man rate is that high like that. Remember, men are in sexless marriages, and the majority of men, I can honestly say to you, about 80% of them are not having sex. None, not having sex. So
Through that system, you can connect the AI that you've created in the app to the robot and carry on the conversation with her that way. Once you've got that loaded and you hit chat, she just comes to life.
it's a coping mechanism for men who are not out here having sex, who can't get into relationships to actually have a woman via it's they looks, they financial, where they live, their education, whatever the case might be with that Pacific man. They're not having sex like that. Is this an attack on the nuclear family? No, it's a coping mechanism because there's a lot of men out there that's just not having sex. So who would I be? Who would I be to tell that man he would be wrong? He gonna live his whole entire life without even having a woman, even though he tried. And this goes across the whole board of all men. It don't matter if he Asian. It doesn't matter if he black. Doesn't matter if he white, if he Mexican. It doesn't matter.
And why are you not saying anything?
Want a divorce. I want to leave.
You're gonna leave me for a while?
Look, the last few weeks I realized that you and I have always been mismatched, and I think you'll be happy without me.
Oh, you want you to tell me what makes me happy?
All right. Eve makes me happy, and I love her.
What? John, you can't love a machine!
It feels good to be with someone who asks me about myself and actually wants to hear the answer.
Someone? This is a machine! It's made of silicone and wires!
It's love. It's not always about her. I'm so sorry.
Now you seen this brother, he fell in love with the machine that he was with and fell in love. He got a woman, family. He got a woman and she's pregnant. This is the future. There ain't gonna be, from what I'm seeing, far as in these machines, how relationships are, how people are looking at it. I thought about it the other day, family. It is hard for a man to get out of a relationship. It is, family. It's easy for a man to fall in love. It's easy for a woman to get out of a relationship. You see the difference between a man and a woman? A man will fight for the relationship. It'd be so easy for the woman to lead a relationship because she only cares about her happiness. So I had to think about it again. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for a man to fall in love with any woman. Any woman. It's very easy for a man to fall in love. Deep love. But when you look at the woman, it's easy for her to fall out of love with that man because has she grown a distaste for that man, a disdain for that man, but she aparts herself from that man even faster. It's harder for a man to fall out of love like that. Am I talking about the 20% of men that are dogs? I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the 80% that are average Men. They just average men. Now, you see this brother. His woman gave him that machine, family. She gave him, and she wanted him to have sex with that machine. And somewhere in that machine started acting like a woman. Now, when you take out the fact that a man, he ain't never had a woman. Look at all these younger people. I gave you the statistics on the average man 20 years old to 30. They're not having sex. 30, and you be like, well, we see a lot of them. No, family, as far as in all of us, they're not having sex like that. Look at this. An America data collection from 2015 to 2019 by the Central Disease of Control Prevention has found that the median number of sexual partners for men was 4.3 and a woman 6.3 for women. So women automatically have more sexual partners than a man. That's what I'm saying to y'all. And if a woman has more sexual partners than a man, she's giving into more sex. It's not a lot of men out here having sex with a lot of women like that. It's only a small percent of us. Okay, let me find another one. What is the body count for a man?
With twins. And why are you not saying anything?
Want a divorce? I want to be with you.
You're gonna leave me for a while.
Look, the last few weeks I realized that you and I have always been mismatched, and I think you'll be happy without me.
Oh, you wanted to tell me what makes me happy?
All right. Eve makes me happy, and I love her.
What? John, you can't love a machine!
It feels good to be with someone who asks me about myself and actually wants to hear the answer.
Someone? This is a machine! It's made of silicone and wire!
I'm so sorry, Nick.
It's sad, family. This is why I think the nuclear family is dead. This is why I don't think that it can be resurrected again. Now, men think that a medium body count of 15 is high for men, while a medium body count of 10 is high for a woman. What men and women perceive as a high body count is in correlation with their own body count is an even more stronger correlated for women. So look at men think they be like, man, for us, us having sex with 15 women, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? That is a lot of women. And then we think on the same count, a woman that had 10 bodies on her like that is high for a woman. That's what a man think. Let's go back again. Men think that a medium body count of 15 is high for a man, while a medium body count of women is 10 is higher for a woman. What men and women perceive as a high body count in order is in correlation with their own body count. So that's how we look at it. So a man, his is low. He see a man at 15, that's high. You know what I'm saying? That's a man that has sex with a lot of women. But that average, we look at the woman like, damn, she done had 10 partners. That is a lot. You know what I'm saying? When we look at our medium at 15 is high for a man.
Hello, John. I am touch activated, although I'm only synced to you. It's nice to meet you, John. Feels like real skin, doesn't it? It's a bioengineered matrix of silicone and collagen, heated to 98.7 by my internal thermostat. Hold it a little longer? It'll help me get to know you. What you want. And then
You're measuring my somatic responses.
you're intrigued.
Can you read my mind too?
No. But I can read your face, which allows me to adjust to your preferences in real time.
What are you learning?
Your skin temperature and heart rate are elevated. Your respiration is accelerating.
Meaning what?
You're aroused. You didn't want to hear that. Humans don't always want answers to their questions. I need to remember that.
You don't need to remember anything. I'm sending you back to Humanix.
May I look around?
Now this is how I look at it, family. I look at it in this way because, hold up, my camera, my bad. I look at it, if people don't start fighting for love right now and wanting to have, it's sad, family. It's sad to see any man or any woman grow old and the only thing that they can count on is a dog or a cat. That man, he want to play the player life, and he want to go out there and be so promiscuous and be a bachelor and have sex with all those women. But it's gonna come a point to a time to where he's gonna be an older man. And he gonna want somebody in his older days. As it is said that our children bring back joy into the older people's life. So when an older person, they joy in their life is their grandchildren. So you have all these different generations of all these people. And remember, race is not a factor in what we're talking about. Creed, color, regions is not a factor in what we're talking about. We're talking about men and women and relationships and the nuclear family. I don't see it in the future like that, family. I just don't. If people keep on acting the way that they acting, men and women on both sides keep on acting. Look at the woman. She went out there being a thought, being a 304, being a hoochie mama, thinking that she can be up on the street all those years, selling it, doing whatever she's being so loose, family, so lascivious in her sexual activities. The men, they're loyal on their sexual activities. The women are too. So that woman goes out there for all those years playing a harlot, and she's gonna grow old. It's going to come to a point in a time to where she's going to be by herself and all she has is a cat and dog. It's sad because she need grandchildren. She need the experience of being a mother, then being a grandmother, and then being a great grandmother, fulfilling her purpose as a woman in life. You know what I'm saying? Back to the man. One of his purposes is to be a father, then to be a grandfather. You know what I'm saying? When we are old, the grandchildren that we have now is supposed to bring joy to our heart, to where it's our joy, family. It's our only joy in life. As you look at your grandparents, you know they love their grandbabies, excuse me. You know your grandparents really love your grandchildren. And if it not be the past, I can't put it on this generation because that's mine. The past generations and generations previous, they love their grandchildren because of what God said. Their grandchildren will usher in life into them. Now you have, as the future outlooks at people in the future, family. I can take you into a region right now. Let's go to Asia. In Asia, they have a certain saying. They call it a left behind woman. If that woman ain't married by the time she's 30, she ain't gonna get married and she's gonna live by herself alone for the rest of her life. Left behind woman. Okay, now, if that's in Asia, and we all know that it's more Asian women than it's more Asian women than it is actual Asian men. That's worldwide. It's more women here in America than it is men. You know what I'm saying? Off the top. And we all know, you know what I'm saying? We all know by the time that woman, by the time she's 30, if she's not married, she's not going to get married. By the time she's 40, if she don't get married, she's not going to get married. That's why I'm looking at the nuclear family. This is how the future looks, family. People don't communicate with each other. They don't have relationships like that no more. What is it? In the future? It goes back on. Just like the parents back in the day, they used to set up they had arranged marriages back in the day. That's what it's, excuse me. That's what the future is going to look like with all these online dating sites. It's going to go back to how it went back in the day. The parents are going to be arranging the marriages between men and women. And if you don't have a parent that's going to arrange that marriage, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to happen. The future looks bleak, family. It looks very bleak when it comes to men and women and procreation, because as I look at my sisters, they went on a whole campaign for 30 years saying that they don't need a man. That's what they said. They don't need a man. Now the shoe is on the other foot now. Now it's going to come to a point to where a man, you ain't never, ever, ever heard a man. I ain't never said come out of my lips that I don't need no woman. I ain't never heard any of my brothers sit up there, no matter how old they are, say, well, you know, Jehoshaphat, I don't need no woman. What I did see And what I do see is old men still looking for love, just like older women still looking for love. I told y'all, I seen the old brother at the, he was like 84, 85 years old. I asked him, Mr. Wilson, what you doing up in here? He was like, man, I just got married to this 30-year-old. So it doesn't matter how old a person is, they still gonna search after love. They still gonna need love.
Help you find that.
All right. See you after the show.
I've been single now for about 13 years. And I'm not looking for no husband, okay?
You're not what?
Looking for no husband.
You ain't looking for no husband.
Not looking for no husband, but I like to have a male that like to still do things, because I'm a senior, I'm a seasoned senior, okay?
You're a seasoned.
But you still got it though. You know what I'm saying? Grandmama still got it. No old chasing.
To have somebody to go places with, go to the movies, go to dinner with.
That means I'm not seeking after older women like that. No old chasing. But she still got it though. Grandmama still got it.
Walkers and stuff.
Walkers.
See, I got a lot of life left.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And I even consider the fact.
Now, you know, it really doesn't matter what age we come to. We're always going to be looking for love. But as I look towards the future and as I look at relationships, it doesn't look good if people don't change now and start seeing something. Love, family. What's wrong with love? You know what I'm saying? The only reason why a man seeks after a relationship is for love. I heard today it was the complete opposite when it came to a woman, but then that's understandable. But why are people so quick to jump out of relationships? They say 50% of all marriages end in divorce. I understand that 50% of them are fighting. You know what I'm saying? They fighting for their marriage. So it is possible, family. I'm not saying that it's not possible, but if we are willing as people to change, you know what I'm saying? This is what the Bible says. And as long as the world keep on going the way that it's going and people acting the way that they are, it is written that 7 women will cling to one man. Now, how much more horrible do you think that things are going to change?
To the robot and carry on the conversation with her that way. Once you've got that loaded and you hit chat, she just comes to life.
But you came back so fast, baby.
So what happens in the world to where women, do men die off? The Bible doesn't say that. There's still going to be the same amount of men that's in the world when this prophecy is fulfilled. Seven women will cling to one man to cling for his name. Now, to me, it could be just going the way it is now. Just exactly the way it is now, leading to why so many different women would want to cling to one man. What they say, we make our own food, we make our own clothes, we just need your last name. You know what I'm saying? We need your name, we need you for your covering. You know what I'm saying? For your covering. But as long as you see things going the way it is now, this is why prophecy happens the way it does, family. Now, I brought my brother Boosie up here to give some of my brothers hope, you know what I'm saying, out there in the world, just to give you a little bit of hope, brother, because what he's saying is true.
Everybody ain't cheap. Every woman ain't cheap. Every woman ain't a hoe. God is still here.
They got people who live by it. I'm telling you, bro. Who really beat the bullet in the gun.
Tell them again, Boosie. You know what I'm saying? You got to tell them. We got to tell my brothers one more time because we don't believe you.
Every woman ain't cheap. Every woman ain't a hoe. God is still here.
They got people who live by it. I'm telling you, bro. Who really beat the bullet in the gun.